Good morning from Lviv. We're leaving today very shortly. We'll be going to Ivano Frankivsk Oblast, but for now we're going to see the first Karpathian of the day. Karpaty Lviv, winners of the 1969 Soviet Union Cup, famous victory. The main side in Lviv, really, the original side. Facing many difficulties over the past few years, poor ownership, ending up being relegated, dropping down to Halychyna, and then the original club has fallen down into the amateurs, and now a new club called Karpaty Lviv is coming up again, owned by different people, owned by a local businessman who's apparently a bit more reputable. Fans are going to have more of a say, more consultation, and hopefully the old Karpaty Lviv will be able to return to their rightful place in the UPL sometime soon. Sport complex. This is where Carpathian Halychyna are registered. Whether they play here is a different story. Welcome to Halychyna. Carpathian Halychyna playing here. Halychyna side. A lot of the old Karpaty Lviv players play for them. It's all a bit confusing. Kind of a fake side. Got a really crap badge, but nonetheless they're registered here. They don't actually play many of their matches here. They play like in Ivano Frankivsk Stadion, which we're going to be visiting later, and lots of other stuff. What are you thinking about this, Ray? Liking it?
I love it. Look at this paint. Take a picture here.
Gospodary. Visitors. Hostu. No, that's the away side, and those are the hosts. So, look at this place. Bit dangerous to do some running practice, but
you can hear a cock crowing too in the distance.
Bloody hell! So you got.
The ambiance.
I'm guessing that's the away end, and that's the nice home end. Super. Nice little pitch, to be honest. A few nice pitches. Now we're going to see what the old toilette's saying.
Make sure you don't fall off in the hole.
How was your experience?
Ah, beautiful.
It's like the Ritz.
This is actually quite. It's.
Ray, can you compare it to Livy better?
No.
Good rating.
2 out of 10 on TripAdvisor.
It doesn't even smell that bad.
That's why. Nice. Right, where are we?
In the square somewhere.
No, but in
Ivano
what city?
Frankivsk.
Oh, yeah.
Where are we going?
We are at Ivano Frankivsk Stadion, Ruch Centralny. Home training room. The team. The away changing room. Basically, Ivano Frankivsk is the Athletic Bilbao of Ukrainian football. They only play with players that are from this region. And here's that stadium. Look at this stadium. Whilst in Ivano Frankivsk, we had the pleasure of meeting a former Prykarpattya manager, now stadium director, Volodymyr Kovalyuk. He was in charge when the side reformed and obtained professional status again back in 2016, having folded a years prior. He helped the side gain promotion to Prykarpattya, where they play to this day. As a player, he had a colourful career as a defender and midfielder for Karpaty, Dnipro, Shakhtar, Krivbas, Volyn, amongst others. He explained to us his views on Ukrainian football over the past 30 years and his hopes for the future. Improvements did occur maybe 10 years ago. Our football was progressing very well. There were lots of fans coming to stadiums. We can see how the past year or so of coronavirus affecting football and the economy, and it's very hard of it all. In Ivano Frankivsk, we've got a big football community. A lot of fans come to watch football. The team plays in the Prykarpattya. When I was in charge as head coach for 4 years, we had a philosophy of only playing players from the region. You can compare it to Athletic Bilbao in Spain, but we are Prykarpattya Ivano Frankivsk. Everyone liked it, but then the ownership decided to take a different path, as this is too little for development, and started inviting players from other oblasts. It's quite sad for me, as Ivano Frankivkians support our club very passionately, and our team was nicknamed the Homeland Team. We played Carpathia Lviv in the cup and beat them a few years ago, and the atmosphere was crazy. In my whole playing career, and I played until I was 40, I didn't see the kind of pyro and intensity that I saw during that match. Football is for the people, to allow themselves to experience emotions, rest, have a chance to shout on their days off in support of their hometown club. It was a very interesting project. Sadly, at the moment, everything's changed. It's a shame, but even still, I want everything to ensure our fans come to watch the football. In terms of the future, I think there should be additional investors in the football club, but also think the local government should aid the team too. If there's a good 50-50 balance going on, I think there could be great development in the football in Prykarpattya. The first problem is that the stadium here is the oldest in all of Ukraine, and it's been being built for the past 35 years, and we can't finish the building work due to lack of funding that at the moment the city cannot provide, and investors don't want to put money into this either. But I hope in the future we will finish the building of the stadium, and once that's done, there'll be different objectives for the club from the current ones. At the moment, we play in the Prykarpattya, but in the future, I hope that funding will be found. Maybe the government can help because they're currently helping renovate Krivbas in Kryvyi Rih, Veresrivna too, and I think the queue will eventually reach Ivano Frankivsk's turn, where they'll help us move to a better level. Not only host UPL level matches, but also the fact we have very tourist-friendly city. We could host the under-21 national team, as our city is well known for hosting many tourists, and think it's well within our capabilities for something like that in the future. Yo, a long day, finally made it to our second last location.
Which is Uzhhorod, obviously, Minaj Stadium. The very first stadium of Ukrainian national team, 1992.
Here we are, Stadion Avant-garde. Stadion Avant-garde. That V fell off during a storm last week, apparently.
Can I punch it?
According to our mate Tony, who's over there. Whoa, what are you doing? Bloody hell. Just Uzhhorod, drifting track. Oh, here we go. Here is where Ukraine play their first ever international match on the 29th of April 1992. And now Minaj play here and Uzhhorod, so we're ticking off two sides at once. As mentioned, Avant-garde Stadium has a special place in Ukrainian footballing history. It was here where Zbirna played their first ever FIFA sanctioned international football match against Hungary. The squad was hurriedly assembled in April 1992, that even the tracksuits that they wore were actually Inter Milan ones that had a new badge stitched on the top. Predominantly featuring players of Chernivtsi Odessa due to the fact Viktor Prokopenko, the first ever Ukraine manager, worked his day job at the Odessa club. Many players who debuted that day went on to switch allegiances for Russia, whilst just Halychyna went on to have a fruitful Zbirna career out of those that started. In an 8,000 capacity stadium at the time, there was an estimated 11,000 watching on from the stands. It was played in Uzhhorod as it was close to the Hungarian border, and some of their media even quoted saying it felt like a home game with the amount of fans they had there too. Ukraine went on to lose 3-1, with Ivan Hetsko scoring Ukraine's first ever goal as a late consolation. 2022 will be the 30th anniversary of this historic match. Feeling a bit high. Hello. Completely not allowed up here, but hey ho. That's where the commentators sit. This is some dodgy building. Got some nice fields over there.
He's looking at us.
Now we've got to say goodbye to one of our companions.
Well, you make me well up now. It's heightened the emotional tension.
Have you enjoyed yourself, Max?
A lot, yeah. It's been great. It's actually been quite fun.
What have you learned about Ukrainian football? Give us 1 point.
It's all about fucking agribusiness. It's all funded by little crops coming out the ground and paying the players' wages.
Welcome to FC Minaj. Minaj Arena in the absolute sticks. Minaj don't actually play their games here because it's not allowed by the UEFA as a category 3 or 4 stadium, but they train here amongst other things, and they've played their lower league matches down here as well. Nice, it's a bit like Kolos Stadium in Kovalyuk.
Wow.
Oh, nice little gifts from Minaj and Tony. This was the view from our hotel. Wow. Welcome to Debrecen. Debrecen is a majority Hungarian little village town, and this is Mukachevo FC Academy, or in Hungarian as their actual badge is called, Munkacs Akademika, FC Munkacs. So we just spoke to some old men over there, weren't allowing us in, so we have to wait for some guy who can speak English who's going to be here soon. That's where Munkacs play their Druhaliga matches. As you can see, the Ukraine and the Hungarian flag, and there's the main entrance, Munkacs Football Academy. Lovely complex. As you can see, here's the front end, and there you go, multilingual. Do pobaczenia in Ukrainian, goodbye, and Vishal Latas in Hungarian, Magyar. This is the area of Ukraine where there are a lot of Hungarian and also Romanian enclaves. Maybe probably even Slovakian, but I think it's more Hungarian. And this club is their attempts to try and make their name in Ukrainian football for the Ukrainian diaspora community. And as you can see, we're just about to leave, and it's in two languages, Ukrainian and in Latin, but that's Debrecen, how you spell it in Hungarian.
Two hours stuck in a traffic jam and humanity resorts to this. Imagine if you were like one of these customers though in that. Like, even doing that just for the system. This is not going to be good.
Oh, fuck. Shit. Oh my word. Listen over
wherever we are. And that just evening hangout. This little pitch. Look at those seats falling apart.
What a day. It's been mainly inside the car. Got to our final destination, Chernivtsi, after a long arse drive. 2-hour traffic jam in Ivano Frankivsk, but we finally made it to Chernivtsi, where FC Bukovina play. We're off to the stadium shortly, but first we've come to Hogwarts, or the Ukrainian Hogwarts. It's closed. We finally made the Bukovina, Stadion Bukovina, where FC Bukovina play. A very old stadium, mind you. Looks a bit similar to a few that we've already seen so far. We're going to pop in. It's open to the public until 10 PM apparently, and we've already seen around the other side that it is quite busy for this time of night. Probably a bit of rushing, running around, a bit of exercise or something like that. Here we are. FC Bukovina Chernivtsi.
Camera time.
Finally made it. So as you can see, a lot of people just running around the pitch. Free to use, actually very busy. Also, just a lot of people chilling in the stands. Nice seats. Bukovina pulling 4 figures most games. They're in the Druga Liga still. Local side. And they're improving. So quite a nice little ground. Very, very old and authentic, but hey ho. We've got a swimming pool down here. Unused though. FC Bukovina, last time they were in the UPL, or side that played at the stadium in the UPL, was back in 1992. Very chill vibes. Nice evening weather. Hopefully it will see the UPL sometime soon, but not for long, to be honest. They're still in Druga Liga, so got a while to go.